Good evening, folks. We're going to spatchcock a chicken. Come along. Let's see what we got here. So we have our, as the labeling says, fresh young chicken. I think it's about 5 pounds or so, which is the normal size for a chicken. It's about 5 pounds. We're also going to do some small potatoes and some Brussels sprouts with it. This is some butter that you'll see what we use for later. This is some rosemary and thyme that have already run through the mortar and pestle to get it into a nice powdered form. And we have some other seasonings we're going to use as well. There's the tail right there. We want that side to be up. That's very important. Spatchcocking a chicken is basically, we're going to break it in half so that it'll roast faster. It's a nice way to cook a chicken on high heat so you can get the skin a little crispy, but still maintain some decent juiciness and some flavor, but also save a lot of time. All right, so the reason we want the tail side up because we're going to actually cut the backbone out of this chicken. We'll basically go back here. You're going to use some kitchen shears for this. And you're literally cutting through those bones. You can hear the crunch. All right, other side.
Sounds aggressive.
It is. If you got any frustrations, if you had a coworker that said something to you, crazy at work, this is a good way to get out your frustrations. Now, this is the backbone. We're going to take this and we're going to put it aside for later. So right now, it's just going to go here on top of the packaging. We want to save that because we can use it later. All right, so now that we have the backbone out of here, we're going to flip this over. And then we're going to treat this chicken like it owes us money, okay? And we're like, oh, you don't want to pay me? Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, we're going to smash it. We're going to smash it down. And that's a good thing. We want to smash it. We want to make sure we break that back, okay? There we go. See how that's spread apart like that? That's what we want. Okay, now I'm going to wash my hands again. And at this point, for this part of the chicken, we're just going to add some seasoning to it. So we're going to take our salt, pepper.
That was the oven going off.
Yep.
You preheated the oven to
450 degrees.
450 degrees.
Salt, pepper, a little bit of wrong thing, a little bit of garlic powder. Garlic makes just about everything better.
Absolutely.
All right, now while that sits there for a minute, I'm going to make some use of this butter, and that's going to be the thing that one of the things we're going to do here is make a kind of a seasoned herb butter that we're going to put under the skin of the chicken to help it cook and brown up. So we got 2 sticks of butter here that have been sitting out for a few hours to become room temperature. Thanks to Sherry, who took them out while I was at work. And unlike kids these days who always forget to take the meat out of the freezer when they're supposed to do it before somebody gets home. And I'm guilty of that too.
It's all good, babe.
Yeah, it happens. We're going to add some of that garlic powder. We're going to add a little bit of thyme. A little bit of thyme here. And we're going to add some basil leaves. Let me open this side because it's not coming out fast enough. There we go. And we're going to add some oregano. Now you can use whatever herbs and seasonings that you like. And like I said, this is all an experiment, so we're going to see how this comes out. I'm just going to mix it all together.
It's very, very soft. I'm glad I remembered.
Yes. That's why I felt the test. Oh yeah, I remember that. So I want it to be soft and easy to blend. That looks good, but actually I think we need a bit more. Especially basil, because I really like basil. All right. All right, good. So now that we have our butter ready here, we're going to flip this chicken over. Now we want to make sure we get up under the skin, and we want to kind of separate the skin as much as we can from the chicken. Now, we don't want to tear the skin. We just want to get under there if we can. I might be doing it from the wrong end. Let's see. Let's turn this around. Go from this end. There we go. And you got to get your hands dirty, so you got to get up in there. So we're going to make sure we're separating that skin, because we're going to go in there and we're going to put that herb butter under the skin. We want to really get it in there if we can. All right, so now that we got a little opening here, we'll take some of this herb butter. We're going to put it right in. Push it down in there. Once we get that in there, we want to massage it around. We want to make sure we get it thoroughly spread out in there. Same thing in the legs. Get some butter in there. All that in there, that's good. Then we're going to take some more butter and we're going to put it on the outside. And it's not going to look very nice or organized or anything, but that's fine, because we're still going to add seasoning to this chicken once we've done that. So now you might be thinking to yourself, well, this is just going to melt and run off. And that's fine, because we're going to have our potatoes and our Brussels sprouts in there as well. So they'll soak up whatever flavors might run off from the chicken, which is exactly what we want. All right. All right, that's good for now. Yeah, that looks good. Now we're gonna do some more seasoning. We're gonna do good old salt and pepper, of course. Some of this is going to run off, so I'm heavily salting it on purpose. Pepper. Now we're going to do some of this rosemary and thyme right here.
You grounded that fresh, right?
I sure did. Well, not fresh, but
I mean, in a mortar and pestle.
Yeah.
You did it yourself.
I didn't go pick it or anything like that. We don't have a garden here or a farm. All right. And so now, one more thing we want to do. We're going to get our potatoes ready. We're going to add a little bit of olive oil to our potatoes. Actually, you know what? We'll do it the old-fashioned way. We'll put the potatoes in here on the side. Brussels sprouts on this side. A little olive oil on both sides. You might need a new bottle of olive oil.
I do.
Okay, I gotta get some. Just toss these a little bit, make sure they get an even covering on both sides. Once that's done, I'm gonna move this over a little bit because there's fewer Brussels sprouts than there are potatoes. So we can spread the potatoes out a little more. Yeah, there we go. All right, now we're gonna do a little much more seasoning. A little salt. A little pepper. All right, a little bit more rosemary and thyme. All right, a little more garlic. And we are now ready to put this in the oven. All right, so now this is about a 5-pound bird. The rule of thumb is about 15 minutes to 20 minutes per pound. So if we do 15 minutes per pound, you're talking about 5 times 15 is 75, which is an hour and 15 minutes. We're going to do about an hour, then we're going to take a look at it. And start our timer. Take out our spatchcock chicken and see what it looks like. I always forget about that. Right.
Yeah.
Now I can tell you right now, there's something I forgot to do. And from what I've read, you're supposed to tuck in the wings so that the tips don't burn. And they didn't quite burn, so it's all right. But in the future, I'll remember to do that.
They're just a little crispy.
Yeah, which is fine.
We weren't going to eat that part anyway, right? So
What,
you
the
eat
little
the
tip?
tips?
Well, I keep reading that if you eat the tips, it's diabolical, you know?
If you what?
If you eat the tips of the wings, you're diabolical.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't make the rules.
That doesn't mean we have to follow them, though.
That's true.